Hey everyone, welcome to Pretty Rich Podcast Live. Okay, guys, let's chat all about debt. Okay, business debt. Let's talk about it. Who has some business debt? Who's thinking about getting some business debt? Who's thinking about joining the business debt club? So, what comes to mind when you say the word debt? Are they good feelings or bad feelings? When is it okay to borrow money in your business? Is it ever okay to borrow money in your business? Like ever? So, fear is a good place to start. I think of like credit card debt, or I used to think of like credit card debt, student loan debt. Maybe you racked up department store credit cards, right? We might be thinking pawn shop, loan sharks. The message we've been given is to live debt free, right? To live debt free is living a pure and good life. Who's heard that before? Okay. But the truth is, debt can be used to generate income. And sometimes debt is horrible. It's bad. So today I'm going to give you guys the financial education that I never got so that you can understand how to use debt to work on your behalf, how to make money off of OPP, other people's money. It is a powerful tool. Welcome to Pretty Rich Podcast. Before we continue, I just wanted to read the review of the day. Guys, I really would love it if you take just a second to write me a word of encouragement on iTunes. I do this a lot, and it really fuels my soul. Like, forget the ratings and the rankings. It really fuels my soul to get these reviews and to read your comments about it. If you could just take a second, 30 seconds to write something short and sweet and give this podcast a 5-star review on iTunes, I can't tell you how much it would make my day. So please go and do that, and you might get your review read on the air. So today I am going to read the review from Reasonably Carl. 5 stars. She says, this chick is funny, real, and raw. She's not scared to be her authentic self. She's so willing to give up the secrets of her success. She seems really genuine. I really get a lot out of listening to this podcast. Even just something simple like that. Thank you so much. I cannot tell you how much that fuels me. So if you haven't done that for me, I have a very simple ask. Please go and review me on iTunes. It would mean the absolute world. Okay, welcome to PRP, to Pretty Rich Podcast. If you're an OG, give me some hearts. If you've been listening to this since 2018 when I started this, give me some hearts. Why you should listen to me? You should listen to me because I am a multi-7-figure business owner, both in the brick and mortar space and the online space. And I did this all in my 30s, my first multi-million-dollar business in my early 30s, and my second one in my late 30s. I just turned 40 years old. And I want to share you guys some of the learnings and lessons and wisdom that I've learned throughout the years of being an entrepreneur for the last decade or so. Today, we're going to talk about something that can strike a lot of fear in the hearts of a lot of business owners and beauty entrepreneurs. Debt. It is a 4-letter word. This message we've been given, like I was saying earlier on, that living debt-free is a pure and good life. But the truth is that debt can be a powerful tool for generating income. And it just depends on how you use it. And we're going to break it down today. So most of you are operating with information that is completely invalid, that's outdated, and no longer useful. That is what most people are operating on. You're operating on outdated information from inexperienced people, probably people in business that aren't very successful. Maybe people who are able to retire comfortably, but if you have big dreams, if you want to make multiple 6 figures, multiple 7 figures, this podcast is for you. This podcast is not for the people who just want to coast. Okay? I am not that business coach for you. I am not the gal for you if you're here to coast. But if you're here to do big things, right? And get as much out of this blessed life that we have as much as possible, then this podcast is for you. So, what comes to mind when you hear the word debt? For many, it's the image of credit card debt or student loan debt or being in the red. But debt can also come in the form of business loans, mortgages for rental properties, and even investments. And it is really important to understand that not all debt is created equal, and that some types of debt can actually be beneficial for your business. It can actually increase your cash flow. And who cares if you're in debt if it's a positive sum, right? So in this episode, we're going to give you guys the financial education you need to understand how you can use debt powerfully to work on your behalf. And we're going to discuss the different types of debt, when it's appropriate to use them, when it's not. So whether you're just starting out in business or if you're a seasoned entrepreneur, whether in the beauty business or not, this is all relatable, all applicable. This episode is for you. So join us all the way to the end of this episode about the ins and outs of debt and how to use it to your advantage. Hey, it's Sheila Bella. I just wanted to say, if you like this type of content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications so you never miss another beauty business video. And guys, I want to know exactly what it is that you like. So if you have any beauty business questions, leave it in the comments so I know exactly what questions to answer. Back to the channel. So, welcome to our lesson on debt. Have you guys heard of Robert Kiyosaki? He wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It is a very popular book. I enjoyed it very much years ago, and this principle has really changed the way I think about money, right? So when you think of the word debt, I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, ew, no thank you. But hear me out, okay? Because understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt can be the key to financial success, especially if you're a beautypreneur just starting out, a young millennial beauty entrepreneur. Am I a millennial? I just made it. I believe that the starting point is 1982, which is the year I was born. So I just made it. I don't feel like it, but okay, I just made it. I am a millennial. Okay. So first, in the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Kiyosaki defines 6 financial terms that are crucial for building wealth: income, expenses, assets, liabilities, and cash flow. So these terms might seem very straightforward to you, but they are often misunderstood and misused. So that we all stay on the same page, I'm going to define them all for you today. So we're going to have some fun while learning the differences between each of them. And so I'm also going to provide plenty of examples to help you grasp the concepts, okay? So first word is income. Income. So income is the money you earn from your job, your business, or investments. It's the money that comes in, and it's what most people focus on when it comes to wealth building. However, income alone doesn't necessarily lead to wealth, you guys. We're talking real wealth. It's just one piece of the puzzle. Next, expenses. Number 2, expenses. So expenses are like the money you spent on things like rent, groceries, entertainment. It's travel expenses. They are the money that goes out. The key to building wealth is to keep expenses low and invest the difference. Let me say that again. The key to building wealth is to keep expenses low and invest the difference. Don't hoard it. Invest the difference. So for example, if you make $5,000 a month and spend $4,500 a month, you are left with $500 to invest. A lot of people say save. Okay, but when you when you say, might as well invest it. If it's just going to sit there, invest it. Okay. Now let's move to assets. So assets are things you put in your pocket. They include investments, right? Like rental properties, stocks, mutual funds. They also include businesses that generate income. So for example, if you own a rental property that brings in $1,000 a month, that's an asset. And the same goes for a business that generates $10,000 a month in revenue. Next word is liabilities. I don't like this word. It's a dirty word. And it's complex too. Liabilities. Liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket. They include things like credit card debt, car loans, mortgages. Liabilities are not bad in themselves, but they can become a problem. The only time they become a problem is when they outweigh your assets. So for example, if you have a mortgage on a property, that's a liability. But if the rent you are receiving is higher than the mortgage payment, isn't that good? Isn't that a good liability, right? Now, we come to the most important concept of all. I toast to this at almost every dinner with my team. What do we say, girls? We raise our glasses and we say, to cash flow. To cash flow. Yes, that's what we say. Cash flow, the most important concept of all. So cash flow, it's the difference between your income and expenses. It's the money that's left over after you've paid all your bills. It is the money you have available to invest in assets and pay off liabilities. A positive cash flow means you're making more money than you're spending. And a negative cash flow means you're spending more money than you're making.
Oh, I see.
Awesome. So what is net worth? Net worth is the value of all of your assets minus your liabilities. It's a measure of your overall financial health. So for example, if you have $100,000 in assets and $50,000 in liabilities, your net worth is 50 grand. Get it? So the key to building wealth is to increase your assets and decrease your liabilities over time. So income, expenses, assets, liabilities, cash flow, and net worth, right? They're all important concepts to understand when it comes to building wealth. Income is the money you earn. Expenses are the money you spend. Assets are the things that put money in your pocket. Liabilities are the things that take money out of your pocket. And cash flow is the difference between your income and expenses. And net worth, throwing it in there, it's the value of all of your assets minus your liabilities, okay? So the key to building wealth is to have a positive cash flow. Invest in assets and decrease your liabilities over time. I pretty much just gave you the formula of how to get rich right here. Key to building wealth, positive cash flow, invest in assets, decrease your liabilities over time. And that's it. You're rich now. Good job. So remember, building wealth is not about how much money you make, but how you manage it. And in particular, how you manage debt. What is your relationship with debt?
Hey, do you like free stuff? I like free stuff. Do you like free stuff? I have a lot of free courses for beauty pros just like you. Free courses that help you grow your social media, get more clients, more students, and even sales scripts. Just go to SheilaBella.com/free.
Let's talk about good debt versus bad debt. Is there such a thing as good debt? Good news, there is. Good debt is something that puts money in your pocket, like a business loan that you use to expand your beauty empire. It's an investment that generates income over time. It makes you money more than it costs you. So, for example, if you take out a loan to buy a new piece of equipment for your beauty business, that equipment allows you to serve more clients and make more money. That's a good debt, right? It's putting money into your income. It's putting cash flow, remember that term, into your income. On the other hand, bad debt is a liability that costs you more money than it makes you. So for example, if you take out a loan to buy a luxury car, that car is not going to make you any money. It's just going to cost you money in the form of car payments, insurance, maintenance. That is bad debt. That is bad debt. Naughty debt. So now let's think about how this applies to your beauty business. So for example, if you take out a loan to buy a new location for your salon or your studio, what do you think that is? Do you think that's good debt or bad debt? It depends. Remember, if it's good debt, the only definition you have to remember is this putting cash flow into my income box? So if you buy a new location for your salon, it's good debt if it generates income. Only if it generates income. You have to make sure that you understand how to bring clients in to make that positive cash flow investment, because the location alone, just the building, the space, it's just like a block of concrete, isn't going to guarantee clients. An investment to definitely consider even before the location and the decor would be in learning business and hiring a mentor, a marketing course to make sure that that location doesn't just sit there with no clients, right? Anytime you take out a loan, the question to ask is this debt going to put money in my pocket? Is this debt going to bring cash flow into my income? If the answer is yes, it's a good debt. But if you take out a loan to buy designer things like a handbag, that's a bad debt, because that's not going to make you any money. Credit card debt, bad debt. Credit cards, slippery slope. Ladies, it's a slippery slope, because it's easy to charge more than you can actually afford to pay off. And before you know it, you're stuck with a huge balance, high interest rates, stress. That's bad debt. Don't be afraid of good debt. Embrace good debt. Embrace it as a tool to help you achieve your financial goals. And watch out for bad debt, because it's going to slow you down on your journey to financial freedom. So debt is something that you guys have to understand, is that debt is normal. Who here is like super afraid of debt? And like, what exactly are you afraid of? Does the word debt just like stress you out like to no degree? You're just like, I don't want it. You're allergic to debt, right? Who here has student loans? Who here has student loans that you're not even really using the degree, like hardly? Yeah, I know. Some of you work for me. You didn't need a degree for that. Sorry. But what I want you guys to understand is debt is normal, very normal, and it's a necessary part of growing a business, because it allows entrepreneurs to access the capital they need to invest in resources and opportunities that will help them expand and grow their businesses. You may have heard the term leveraging debt before. Leveraging debt is common, as it allows entrepreneurs to use OPP, other people's money, to grow their own businesses. Mark Cuban, he's not my favorite shark, but he's top 3 for sure. Owner of the Dallas Mavericks, investor on Shark Tank, he said, if you're not using other people's money, you're leaving a tremendous amount of opportunity on the table. That guy's rich. I don't know. You should Google him. I don't know. Robert Kiyosaki, who I quoted earlier, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, has also spoken about the importance of using debt in business, stating that it's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep and how hard it works for you, right? And how many generations you keep it for. This is fun, you guys. Think about it. Whatever money you make now, you can totally make work for you. for your kids, for your grandkids, for your grandkids' grandkids, and so on and so forth. Like, that is the type of wealth I'm going for. I'm going for legacy money. I want to take care of everybody, right? I want these leggings, these Lululemons, to work so hard and be so smart that it takes care of everybody. And I want everyone to know it was Grandma Sheila's Lululemons. Thank you, Grandma Sheila's Lululemons. Kevin O'Leary is my favorite shark. He's also known as Mr. Wonderful. And he has said, I believe in leverage. I'm going to try and say it like him. I believe in leverage. If you have $1 and you borrow $1, you have $2. That's good leverage. So debt is a normal and necessary part of growing a business. Don't be so afraid of it. It allows you to access the capital you need to invest it in resources and opportunities that will help you. If you are not leveraging debt, if you don't know how to leverage debt in your business, you are leaving so much money on the table. You are losing to the people around you, the business owners around you, your competitors that know how to do this. So using debt as leverage can help to increase the return on your investment and boost your business growth. Successful entrepreneurs and business people understand this and use debt as a tool to achieve their goals. Still don't believe me though? Still don't believe me? You want more proof, right? You're like, I'm still scared of it. Sorry, I'm not doing this. All right. So I have some examples from famous inspirational figures who have leveraged debt to achieve success. It is more normal than you think. So you know what? The people that you're looking up to leverage debt. Let me say that again. The people you're looking up to and you're obsessed with their feed and you're like, I want to be like them. I want to be just like them. They are leveraging debt. But they're not talking about it. So just to prove it, I'm going to show you like the uber famous people who've done it so that you know, whatever, Mercy May or like, you know, Michelle Microblading or Sally the Brow Threader, whatever, they know how to leverage debt. Okay, maybe they're spending so much money on audience growth. That is a thing. Like not bought audiences, but well, how do you think like a lot of these people get a blue check mark? That's buyable. You can buy, essentially, you can hire a PR agent and increase your fame. That's an example of good debt. If you need to go into debt for something like that, or a great investment. There's so many things you can do. Okay, back to the examples. Walt Disney went into debt to fund the construction of Disneyland, and it ended up being one of the most successful theme parks in the world. J.K. Rowling, she went into debt. She went into debt to finish her first Harry Potter book, which went on to become a global phenomenon and made her a billionaire. My 5-year-old Gray says, Harry Potter. He said, Harry Potter. This little voice. Just didn't say Harry Potter. He said, Harry Potter. Like one of my most favorite phrases of his. Elon Musk, okay, he went into debt to fund his ventures such as Tesla, SpaceX, SolarCity, and today he is one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world. We drive a Tesla. It's amazing. It's amazing. So thank you, Elon Musk, for going into debt. Yes, we'll gladly pay you back for that. So if this podcast is speaking to you, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Give me some hearts. Is this podcast speaking to you? If it's speaking to you that you need to learn how to manage your money better, maybe you are in debt, but it's on stupid things, right? Maybe you're feeling some regret. Maybe your interest rates are super high and you're like, darn it, if I had only invested that money, used that money towards something that could actually make me more, I wouldn't be in this predicament. Are you thinking about an investment that requires you taking out a loan that you know is going to bring money into your income bucket, cash flow into your income bucket? All right, we're going to make a commitment here today, you and I, you and me, you and I. We're going to make a commitment here together. Okay, say to yourself, say to me, wherever you are, we're at the gym, you're in your car, your kids there, at home, cooking, whatever. Say to yourself, say to me, I am not going to waste my money on useless things. I am not going to put on a show for anyone. I am not going to make any effort anymore to win over those who have already decided that they don't like me anyway. So if you want to manage your finances effectively, if you want to get your money right, stick with me. I strongly recommend that you make a monumental commitment to your financial situation so that you can serve as a model for others. You're throwing your money away on junk, on useless things like makeup. Do you really need another eyeshadow palette? Yes, I do, Sheila. No, you don't. You need to learn how to secure the bag in your beauty business. Do you really need that cute pair of socks or another phone case? No, you don't. You need to build a foundation for your beauty business. Do you really need another pair of shoes? They're not, look, it's dark. It's dark, okay? People are going to be looking up here and they're going to be drunk anyway. They're not really going to look at your shoes. Your shoes, the ones that you own, those black pumps, they're fine. They're fine. All of these things, it's nonsense. These bags and shoes and more decorations for your studio. More cute things. Another neon sign, right? So what is all that if your business doesn't know how to support you for real? What is all that if your business isn't bringing in peace into your life? Your business is supposed to bring you provision and peace, security. What is all that if your business isn't giving you security? The most important thing to invest money in, ask me, Sheila, what's the most important thing to invest money in? In my experience, something that has never let me down, something that has always had a positive ROI for me investment-wise is people. I choose to invest my money in people because spending my money on people like mentors, a team like manpower, an assistant, right? Connections, these are all assets. And moving forward, spending my money on people and knowledge, those things will serve me. It will serve you as a support system for you. When I put myself, and it takes an investment sometimes, when I put myself in the company of people who have accomplished more than I have, those people never tell me to do less. Rather, they encourage me to accomplish even more. It's worth it. So what is the bottom line? Good debt is an investment that makes you more money, while bad debt is a liability that costs you more money than it makes you. And as a young millennial beauty entrepreneur, it's important to understand that you, my friend, I say this with so much love, it's early. You are not in a season of earning right now. You're at the beginning of your career. You're in a season of learning and investing. So the best investment you can make is learning from people. It will make a monumental difference in your future. Literally, the difference between a 6-figure business, that you might hit in a year or two versus a multi-6, 7, multi-7, or even 8-figure business. Do it right. You have this incredible opportunity to make your money work for you. And I hope that shed a lot of light on how to do it right, and how to make sure that you don't miss the boat. Okay? Because this boat only comes so often. Oh my God, this is so funny. Oh, there you are. Hey, I want to invite you to my free Facebook group called Beauty Biz Secrets, where you can connect with more beauty entrepreneurs just like you. You'll get tons of freebies, strategies, and if you've ever wanted to ask me a question one-on-one, I go live in there a lot, so it's your chance to be coached in the hot seat. Just click the link below in the description box. Guys, I want to know what your takeaways are. What are your takeaways from this episode? Send me a DM at RealSheilaBella. I love hearing from you. So, and also I want to know, what your takeaways were so I can get ideas for future podcasts, okay? So that is a wrap for another episode of PRP, Pretty Rich Podcast. I hope you had as much fun listening to it as I did recording it. But do you know what would make my day? As always, share this with someone you know. Share this with other cool people like you, somebody who could really use some business advice right now, maybe somebody that is thinking about taking out a loan right now, or maybe is in credit card debt right now. It would mean a lot to me if you could connect me with them, with him or her, so we can spread this message that seven-figure beauty businesses are normal and it's what you should expect. And while you're at it, do you guys want to receive a daily text message from me? Subscribe to the Morning Hype. This is a completely free service. If you want to receive a daily positive message from me on your phone every single morning, if you want to wake up to an abundant thought so you can start your day with positivity, motivation, and good vibes, it's like having a business bestie even before you get out of bed. And all you need to do is text me the word HYPE, HYPE, to 310-388-4588, and let's start this day off on the right foot together. Guys, have a beautiful rest of your day, beautiful rest of the week, and I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. All right. Catch you later. Bye.